to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories, where gentle nighttime tales carry you into restful slumber. Take a moment to get comfortable, allowing your body to sink into the softness beneath you. Close your eyes if you wish, and feel your breath move slowly in and out. With each exhale, imagine releasing any stray thoughts or worries from the day. Tonight's journey leads you to the serene midwinter glow of Kiruna, Sweden, where softly drifting snow and dancing auroras light the rooftops under a silent, star-filled sky. Let these words wrap around you like a warm blanket, guiding you into a place of comfort and calm. In this stillness, notice any tension in your shoulders or across your forehead, and gently invite those muscles to relax. Take another long, peaceful breath and sink even deeper into a sense of rest. Feel how each inhale expands your chest, bringing in warmth, while every exhale carries away any lingering heaviness. Let the hush of a winter night gently fill your mind. The world outside grows dim as your inner sanctuary takes shape. There's no rush here, only the steady rhythm of your own breathing and the lullaby of softly whispered words. Gradually allow your heart to open to the enchantment of a frosty landscape and flickering lights across a velvety sky. By simply listening, you're preparing yourself for a peaceful drift into slumber. And now, as you settle deeper and deeper into restfulness, let this story unfold before you, guiding you gently toward the sweetest of dreams. High in the far north of Sweden, the small town of Kiruna rests beneath an endless midnight sky. The heart of winter has settled in, and with it comes a certain hush that descends over the quiet streets and cozy homes. Snow blankets rooftops, piling in gentle drift along windowsills and edging fences in soft curves. It mutes the usual sounds of daily life, turning every step into a muffled crunch. Street lamps shine like glowing orbs, their light caught in swirling flakes. Everything seems touched by frost and a kind of stillness that makes one slow down, breathe deeply, and appreciate the profound peace of long winter nights. At the edge of town stands a modest wooden home with a steeply pitched roof, designed to let snow tumble gracefully to the ground. It's painted a deep red, a color common in many Scandinavian villages. Smoke curls from its chimney, drifting up into the night, dissolving into the cold air like a whisper. Inside, a single lamp glows in the window, a beacon of warmth amid the frozen hush. This house belongs to a kind-hearted soul named Elin, who has always found beauty in the quiet moments of everyday life. She has lived here for many years, watching the seasons shift through her windows, each bringing its own magic. But winter, with its gentle hush and shimmering lights, has always held a special place in her heart. Elin loves how the snow softens the landscape, wrapping everything in a cozy, protective covering. She sits now in her living room, near a gently crackling fire, and gazes outside through the frosty glass. Beyond the glimmer of the street lamps, she can see the sky darkening, preparing to reveal its nocturnal show of lights. The polar night in Kiruna means extended darkness, but it also means the chance to witness some of the most ethereal displays of the aurora, even if the shimmering lights don't always appear. The promise of them is enough to make each evening feel enchanted. Tonight, the heavens have prepared a particularly silent and sacred performance. Clouds drift aside, giving way to a canvas of night so clear that every star looks etched in delicate silver. The air is cold, but crisp, carrying a scent of pine and the faint trace of smoke from nearby chimneys. It's the kind of air that, when breathed in, feels cleansing, almost luminous. Across the snow-covered rooftops, the moonlight casts a gentle radiance, making even the simplest shapes appear magical. Outside, a winding path leads from Elin's doorstep to the edge of town, and beyond that to forests laden with snow. Sometimes, on nights like these, she bundles herself in a thick woolen coat, wraps a scarf around her neck, and steps outside to watch the auroras dance. Tonight she decides to do just that. Rising from her chair, she slips into her warmest layers and heads to the door. With a soft click, she steps into the quiet swirl of the winter night. The first breath of the outdoors meets her lungs with a cool tingle. Her cheeks and ears catch the nip of chill, but she pulls her scarf a bit higher and feels grateful for the warmth of her coat. Fresh footprints in the snow reveal the path she makes across her yard. Each step is slow and measured, and she notices the way her boots compress the powdery drift into soft impressions. The slightest breeze teases the surface of the snow, sending tiny crystals dancing along her path. Elin follows the gentle slope away from her house, passing dimly lit windows where neighbors might be settling in for the night. Golden lights twinkle behind frosted panes, offering a glimpse of snug interiors. A flicker of candlelight here, a glowing lamp there. The hush is profound, broken only by the sound of her own footsteps and the distant whisper of wind through the pines. She can almost feel the world slowing down around her, as if nature itself is inviting her into a timeless moment. Now the town gives way to snowy fields, edged by trees standing tall against the night sky. Their branches are laden with snow, bending slightly under the weight, yet still graceful and proud. The stars overhead sparkle with extraordinary clarity. There is a weightless silence here, as if this place were set apart from the bustle of ordinary days. Elin continues, her breath creating soft clouds of vapor that rise and dissipate in the still air. Soon she reaches a small clearing, framed on one side by dark conifers and on the other by the open sky. She can see the faint glow of Kiruna behind her, a gentle shimmer of warm lights, and ahead lies the vast wintry expanse. Clearing a small patch of snow with her boot, she sets down a rolled-up mat and kneels. This is a favorite spot of hers, quiet, secluded, and with an almost unimpeded view of the heavens. She sits, wrapping her coat tighter around herself, and looks up. The aurora has begun its subtle dance across the sky. At first, it's just a gentle green shimmer along the horizon, so delicate that one might mistake it for a wisp of cloud illuminated by moonlight. But gradually the glow intensifies, growing in shape and brilliance. Ribbons of pale green light ripple across the darkness, as if an unseen artist is painting the sky in slow motion. A faint glow of pink and purple edges the luminous curtains, adding layers of color to the spectacle. Elin tilts her head back, her eyes wide with wonder, as she allows herself to be transported by this natural wonder. The hush deepens. She can almost hear her own heartbeat, strong and reassuring, echoing with the gentle pulses of the dancing lights. A sense of calm washes over her, a feeling that she's been invited to witness something profoundly beautiful and serene. She offers a silent gratitude to the pristine landscape, which has been shaped by cold and darkness, and yet brings forth such radiance. Some distance away, under another snow-covered roof, an older couple, Magnus and Petra, catch a glimpse of the aurora from their bedroom window. They pause in their evening routine, turning off the bedside lamp to watch the northern lights. They exchange a warm smile, their breath barely disturbing the silence in the cozy room. Across town, in a small inn that welcomes traveling souls, a weary traveler from far away steps onto the balcony, drawn outside by the ethereal glow. He stands there in slippers, forgetting the chill as he's captivated by the swirling colors overhead. All across Kiruna, those still awake and gazing skyward share a quiet bond, a collective marvel at nature's silent concert. Back in the clearing, Elin remains still, soaking in every shifting shape and luminous hue. The cold air nips at her fingertips, but she hardly notices. For her, these moments under the aurora are timeless, the kind of memories that remain imprinted on the heart. If she were to close her eyes, she would still see those lights dancing, trailing through her mind's eye like a comforting lullaby of winter. Eventually, she feels the need to move, if only to keep warm. Rising slowly, she gathers her mat and begins her calm trek back toward the lights of Kiruna. Each step is accompanied by the gentle crunch of snow, the hush of the night unwavering. She senses the faint glow of the aurora behind her, still twirling in the northern sky, as if to guide her home. On her way, she passes a modest barn, its roof piled high with snow, like a peaked hat. She notices how the moonbeams reveal tiny ice crystals, sparkling like diamonds against the wooden boards. The barn is silent, housing perhaps a few tools, maybe a memory or two of busier seasons. Now it stands as part of the winter tableau, calmly waiting for spring's thaw. A gentle sense of continuity and patience settles around Elin. Nature's rhythms will flow at their own pace, unaffected by hurried schedules. Reaching the first houses of town, she sees glowing lanterns placed on steps to welcome wanderers and neighbors. Their light flickers in the slight breeze, reflecting off the snow in warm halos. Peering into a window or two, she can glimpse festive decorations, candles on windowsills, evergreen wreaths on doors, and perhaps the gentle shimmer of tinsel catching the soft interior lights. There's a feeling of snug intimacy here, a collective contentment in the community as they hunker down for the long winter nights. Elan's own home comes into view, the red walls darker in the moonlight, the lantern by her door casting a comforting glow. The same soft tendril of smoke curls from the chimney, offering the promise of a toasty fire within. She steps inside, feeling the immediate relief of warmth on her cheeks. After removing her boots and coat, she takes a moment to breathe in the familiar sense of home. Cedar logs near the hearth, the faint aroma of a recently brewed cup of tea, and the ever-present comforting smell of well-worn furniture. She settles by the fire again, this time with a heavy quilt draped over her lap, and heats water for a fresh mug of peppermint tea. The warm beverage soothes her from within, and she sips slowly, reflecting on the beauty of the night sky. Outside, the aurora continues its silent ballet, unseen now, but still painting the heavens for those who roam beneath it. Elan closes her eyes, replaying the memory of those dancing lights. Even if she drifts off, that memory will linger like a soft lullaby, guiding her into peaceful sleep. Elsewhere in Kiruna, the hush of late evening begins to claim the streets. A blanket of new snow muffles any stray sounds, and windows glow with subtle warmth. Inside these homes, families gather around kitchen tables, finishing cups of hot cocoa or tea. They speak in hushed voices, mindful of the magic night enfolding them. Children press small noses against frosty glass, hoping for one last glimpse of dancing lights before bed. Their eyelids grow heavy, lulled by the promise of comforting dreams. In a small corner bookstore near the town's center, closed for the night, a cat snoozes lazily in the window display, curled on a pile of blankets. Although the shop is dark, moonlight filters through the glass, illuminating rows of books and soft silhouettes. Outside, the newly fallen snow piles against the doorway, as if urging everyone to stay indoors, warm and safe. The cat's tail flicks in a half-dream, and if one could peer into its dozing thoughts, perhaps it would be chasing the ribbons of the aurora across some fanciful feline kingdom. A gentle hush settles in every nook and cranny of the town. Even the lampposts seem to glow more softly as the hour grows late. The deep winter sky, still alive with cosmic wonder, arches overhead in an endless dome of twinkling stars. The people of Kiruna, accustomed to the darkness, embrace its unique stillness. They find rhythms of rest and reflection in these quiet months, welcoming the season's invitation to slow down. Night stretches on, but not in an anxious or hurried way. Rather, it unfolds like a silent tapestry, each thread a moment of calm, each stitch a whisper of nature's gentler side. The cold draws families closer to hearths and each other. Slumber becomes a treasured respite from the long hours of darkness. Yet in this particular darkness, there's always a glimmer of celestial light, hinting that warmth and illumination exist, even in the heart of winter. In the center of town, an old clock tower stands, watch over the sleeping rooftops. Its face is dusted with the faintest layer of frost, and its hands move quietly through the night, marking the hours with gentle tolls that drift across the snowfall. The chime is muffled, almost dreamlike, blending seamlessly with the hush. It's as if the entire town has fallen under a soft enchantment, woven by the winter sky and the soothing presence of the snowy earth below. Snow continues to fall, feather light and slow, layering itself upon windowsills, covering roads and dusting tree branches until they sparkle in the moonlight. Under these drifting flakes, small wonders exist. Footprints of a fox circling a quiet garden, the sleepy hush of birds roosting in evergreen boughs, and the stirring anticipation of dawn's subtle glow. Yet dawn is still far off, and the night invites everyone to linger in its peaceful embrace for a while longer. Helen, feeling a delicious heaviness in her limbs, places her empty teacup on the table beside her. The gentle pop and crackle of the fireplace coaxes her eyelids to grow heavier. She leans back, allowing her mind to wander to simpler thoughts. The swirl of the aurora, the crisp air on her cheeks, and the sense of belonging that envelops her in Kiruna's midwinter hush. She thinks of how each breath seems to hold the essence of evergreen forests and pure, starlit skies. The glow from the embers paints dancing shadows on the walls, flickering like a timid reflection of the lights overhead. She opens her eyes just a little, noticing that the lamp in the window still shines, a comforting beacon in the darkness. Outside, the night is deep, and she imagines the many quiet stories playing out behind other illuminated windows. Perhaps someone is writing in a journal, capturing their thoughts with pen and paper. Perhaps someone else is mending a warm sweater, threading needle through wool in a calming rhythm. Others may be lost in dreams already, lulled by the hush of falling snow. She imagines these moments, each one weaving together in a quilt of peaceful existence, bound by the threads of winter's stillness. In the skies beyond her window, the aurora pulses gently on, as though unconcerned with watchers or slumber. It performs for the empty fields and the silent forests, never needing an audience to justify its radiant dance. There is freedom in that, Elin muses. The freedom to simply be, to glow and move and ripple across the sky, unconstrained by anything but the cosmic winds that shape its form. She takes this as a reminder that sometimes the most beautiful things in life don't demand notice. They exist in quiet grace for those who pause to appreciate them. Eventually, she allows her head to rest against a cushion, letting a yawn slip past her lips. Her body feels the gentle weight of the night, a signal that rest is near. Warmth encircles her, like a protective shawl, encouraging her to let go of the day's complexities. The fire crackles one last time before settling into a steady glow, and the hush of the room matches the hush of the world outside. As the hours drift onward, a subtle shift in the sky begins. The aurora recedes, slowly giving way to the quiet darkness of pre-dawn. Stars still shimmer, watchful and distant, 1,000 tiny beacons in the blackness. The town remains nestled in slumber, each house a small realm of dreaming inhabitants, each window a tiny star of its own in the tapestry of the sleeping earth. One by one, these small lights may extinguish as lamps are turned off and eyes close for the night, but the silent midwinter glow still lingers in the snow that gently reflects any stray moonbeam or starlight, and in the memory of the aurora's swirling colors. Deep beneath that blanket of snow, roots and seeds lie dormant, waiting for the warmth of spring. But for now, winter's hush carries them. Outside Ellen's home, the footprints she left earlier have blurred as more snow continues to fall. Soon they may vanish completely, leaving no sign of her wanderings. Yet, somewhere inside the house, she remains close to dream's edge, warmed by the knowledge of this fleeting beauty. Sleep wraps around her softly, a gentle shield against the cold. In the broader landscape, hills roll into mountains, and the blanket of winter covers everything in sight. Lakes and rivers wear gleaming ice, reflecting the midnight sky like endless mirrors. The forest stands silent, each tree clad in a frosty coat. Occasionally, a gentle wind stirs, carrying the sound of snow drifting off branches to land with a muffled sigh upon the ground. And overhead, a faint shimmer might appear again, like the memory of the aurora, as if winter's spirit itself is breathing light into the sky. In time, the clock tower will chime again, signaling the approach of early morning. The horizon may begin to lighten, just a hint of silver washing over the silhouette of distant mountains. Even then, daybreak in Kiruna is subtle during midwinter, a slow and gentle unveiling, rather than a sudden brilliance. But for now, these hours belong to night and all the softness it can hold. In a far corner of town, the traveler who glimpsed the aurora earlier has fallen into a dreamless sleep, comforted by the unfamiliar hush and the sense of wonder that lingers even with eyes closed. Perhaps upon waking he will recall the sight of shimmering green lights dancing above white rooftops and marvel that he ever questioned coming this far north. The memory of that sky might beckon him out again the next evening, hoping to see the auroras return. For the older couple, Magnus and Petra, the night quietly soothes them in their rest. Their home, like Ellen's, glows with the last remnants of firelight. They have been lulled into slumber by decades of winters, each one a chapter in their shared story. Year after year, they welcome this cozy season and the chance it offers to embrace stillness, reflect on life's blessings, and find warmth in each other's presence. Meanwhile, the cat in the bookstore window adjusts its sleeping position, unfurling and then curling again. Maybe it senses the hush, that pervasive gentleness that encourages every living thing to surrender to the lullaby of midwinter. Snow gathers at the edges of the window, softly swirling in the thin moonlight, but the cat remains undisturbed, dreamily content in the quiet. Back in Elend's living room, the fire is mostly turned to embers, the logs spent from hours of steady warmth. The glow persists, but it's subtle now, more shadow than light. Outside, the laneway lamp behind her house casts a soft, comforting halo. The interior of the room has grown dim so that shapes merge into the gentle darkness. Elend, fully at rest in a half-dream state, feels the presence of winter around her as something protective, not harsh. In this moment, she knows only tranquility. Her thoughts wander in that space between wakefulness and sleep, drifting through recollections of snow-laden forests and dancing lights. She might imagine she's outside again, standing beneath the Aurora's silent splendor. She might even feel the cool breath of wind across her cheeks. But the memory is tender and warm now, not cold in any way. It's as if the best of winter's night has followed her indoors, weaving seamlessly with her dreams. Time seems to slow, elongated by the starry darkness that cloaks this part of the world. There's a grace to the silence, a benevolence in the stillness that permeates Kiruna at this hour. Every flake of snow, every glowing ember, every hushed breath of wind collaborates to create a sense of timelessness. It's a reminder that beyond the rush of daylight and the demands of busy schedules, there is a realm of serene calm that is always waiting, just beyond the next snowfall or beneath the next glimmering star. And so, the night holds Kiruna close, nestling it under snowy eaves and silent skies. One by one, lights dim, until most of the town is wrapped in slumber. In the heavens, the aurora may continue its mysterious dance or fade away, only to return another night with renewed brilliance. The cycle of darkness and light, rest and wakefulness continues gently, each revolution bringing a fresh sense of wonder to those who pause to witness it. Elend's eyes flutter beneath closed lids, capturing fleeting visions of swirling color. She feels neither the press of time nor the burden of unfinished tasks. Here in this gentle darkness, she can simply be, floating on the lull of a winter's hush. The quiet is not empty, it is filled with the steady beat of a universal lullaby, one that resonates through snow-covered fields, sleeping forests, and the secret corners of every home. Now, dear listener, let the final vestiges of wakefulness dissolve. Feel the last threads of tension slip from your shoulders. Notice how your breathing has become soft and measured, how the weight of your body has found the perfect place to rest. The story lingers in the twilight of your mind, a gentle echo of winter nights and silent auroras. Allow the hush of Kiruna's midwinter glow to cradle your thoughts. Each inhalation invites a sense of calm. Each exhalation lets any remaining worry drift away like snowflakes in the wind. The soft glow of moonlight and the faint shimmer of long-forgotten auroras blend into a soothing murmur in your imagination, guiding you deeper into rest. Imagine yourself nestled in the warm cabin of your own dreams, where starlight softly filters through frosted windows. You are surrounded by a profound stillness, a gentle serenity that whispers of safety and comfort. Outside, the snow continues to fall, each crystal reflecting the hidden beauty of the northern sky. You are cocooned in softness, lulled by the quiet rhythm of your breath, the gentle beat of your heart. Let the images of silent roofs dusted with snow and shimmering lights overhead carry you further into the land of dreams. There is nothing you must do now, nowhere else to be. You have arrived at a peaceful shore where rest is a soothing tide that envelops and supports you. Float here light and free, letting the lullaby of winter embrace every corner of your mind until you drift into complete tranquility. In this cocoon of calm, your body knows how to restore itself, how to settle into a deep and healing sleep. Nighttime in Kiruna lasts long and quiet, giving your spirit ample time to replenish. Feel your eyelids grow heavy, your limbs relaxed. The hush that covers the snowy village can guide you into your own deep well of rest, renewing you with its peaceful invitation. You are safe here. Warmth surrounds you, and the glow of the story remains as a gentle presence, guiding you ever closer to a blissful slumber. Let your breathing become slower, your heartbeat steady, gently lulling you into the dream world. Trust in this moment, in the softness of each passing second. All is well, dear traveler. Sleep beckons, carrying you on a gentle current of snowy nights and silent skies. May the hush of Kiruna's midwinter and the memory of dancing auroras cradle you through the night. Good night, dear traveler. Sleep well.